Yes, I am.
Oh, great.
What do you have in your bag?
Nothing.
Mala beads.
Mala beads.
Many mala beads. 1,000 in each.
1,000. It's a long mala.
Greens. White clothes.
And greens.
What else do we have in our bags? There's Ruby. Say hi, Ruby.
Hi, Ruby. How's the ride back there, baby girl? How's everything back there, Rubes?
What do you have in your bags? Do you have anything in your bags?
Ballerinas.
She's got Foxy Toxy, right, Ruby?
Foxy Toxy with Fox News.
Give us an update, Foxy Toxy. Where are we?
It's Swami.
Swami Foxy.
Well, we've been interviewing Ruby, so you will be interviewed later for Fox News.
Okay. There we go.
And more after these messages.
Now for...
Let us know when we can be ourselves again.
Now. What was that, Noy?
Let us know when we can be ourselves again.
Okay.
If I'd known, I would have worn makeup. Juggernaut.
We didn't miss you at all because
I miss you terribly.
I was going to say because we saw you through your beautiful devotees.
That's right.
Yeah, but you better get down here soon.
And you've got to do the boys a couple of days off with Paraman.
Yeah, we had a.
I have to go out and visit my mom.
We had a that's a secret. We had a wonderful time with them, and they seem to have had a wonderful time. And I hope that your week has gone swimmingly. Okay, so we'll see you soon. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Okay, here we are at LCC unloading.
Reverend Juggernaut, did he live in one of those trailers?
The trailer that I remember him living in was over on the other side, going down towards Kailash.
Oh.
One of those on the right. You see a group of 4 trailers. And
But
he
they're
lived,
similar to that.
they're
Yeah,
old
they look-
trailers. They're
yeah.
all old trailers.
Say wave hi, everybody. Ganesh, say hi to Reverend Juggernaut.
Shivaya.
You want
Hi,
to?
Juggernaut.
This is our tour guide. We have Ganesh as our tour guide.
So lucky.
Right.
All right.
So what is this house?
Well, this is just sort of the way they landed. When we first came here back in the early 80s, this was all that was here, was this building right here. And gradually since then, you know, everything else is built up.
Were you in Connecticut also?
I visited Connecticut a lot. I'd never lived in Connecticut. I was living in Missouri in those days.
So once you, how did you get involved?
Swamiji just took me. You know, it was like I was pretty much going down the drain in Missouri, and I.
How'd you meet him?
Well, I went to this yoga class, and this was the 70s, in '73, and someone said, "Oh, we're going to go up to Detroit to see Swami Satchidananda." And they said, hop in. And I said, fine. And I just hopped in the car and we went up to Detroit. And I got initiated in Detroit. And I mean, I was pretty out there as far as what I was doing, but I'd never experienced anything like that. It just gave me Shaktipat in such a big way the first time I met him during initiation that
So you saw him
I
at
still
a
haven't come
satsang
down
first?
from that.
Yeah. Yay! Good going.
So
I think that's the same year Guruji met Guru Dev.
Same year.
1973.
Oh, I have But that's Detroit, huh? So
Yeah.
satsang and then met him afterwards.
what he did was he gave satsang there, and then after that he at one point took four views and he initiated my group was Dr. Flanagan and me and a guy named Cameron Mix and one other guy, Saraswati Newman's ex-husband. So the four of us got the same mantra, and then later I switched to a different mantra because when I got married, my wife had a different mantra. Swamiji said, well, he's so kind. He said, well, maybe she's been using hers more than you, so we'll switch because he wanted couples to have the same mantra. So he just switched me into. The story I heard, and I believe this is true, is that Swamiji was working with some people to find some property. Carole King had given the land Music Mountain to Swamiji, and he said, well, I don't want to build Yogaville here, so I'll probably sell this. And she said, fine, and he did. And then he took the money from that, and he was looking for a warmer place, and he seemed to be focused on this area. And what I heard was they went to a bunch of places that were already built to a degree, camps and things like that. None of those, he turned all those down, and finally he turned down the last one, and they were kind of, oh gosh, well, we tried everything, and they were flying home, and he said, what about down there from the airplane? So they found a place to land, and they found their way back to this place, and it was in fact for sale. And as I said, nothing was here but that, so it wasn't built up and planned. All the rest was 700 to 800 acres of woodland. But he said that's the spot, so that's how it got started. And yeah, I moved down here in 1982, and we were living up near Kailash in the woods. An ex-Swami named Galen Chadwick and myself and a couple other guys were living up there and working on a house that he'd started down that road, Corina Road. And yeah, those were great days. It was a kind of a pioneer thing going on there.
So
with
who
only a few
designed
people.
everything once it was here? Guru Dev had architects that he worked with?
I
and
think
stuff?
this is all comes from Gurudev. I mean,
he just-
he uses the other people, or when he was alive in the body, he used other people for this and that. But he was the inspiration for everything, and I think his energy he picked. Yeah, those are all beautiful ideas, but this one.
So it must have been hard clearing the land, building houses, drilling for wells, whatever you did, it must have been.
There's a lot of people
Really?
that are still here from those days.
From those
that
days.
have started families, and right there in that room with the glass windows is where we used to have satsang. Guru would sit in this little corner right there on the right, and all the families that were kind of in the pioneer days of Yogaville would cram in there, and there'd be a lot of babies and kids running around making noise, and he would be giving satsang. And I remember one thing that he said whatever comes into your mind. He asked this question once at satsang that just popped into my mind. Gurudev said, what is the number one thing that you need to get in life? What's the number one quality that an aspirant needs to get in life? And everybody went around, and they were all, open heart, sense of dedication. They named everything you could think of. And he was like, no. And finally, nobody could get it. And they were thinking, it's a... And he said, what is it, Swami? He said, willpower. I never forgot that. That's what you need is willpower, And if you read Papa Ramdas and things like that, they never said you do sadhana an hour or two a day. That's like, what are you doing the other 22 hours? He said for him, he was doing sadhana all day, and then he couldn't even sleep because he needed to keep repeating Ram, 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 Ram. And that's how, that kind of dedication and willpower and focus. I guess that's what he meant.
I love when Guru Dev says, develop the will.
Yeah.
So with that accent, develop the will.
Yeah,
You hear him
that's
say
right.
that many, many times.
Yeah. And I guess the will probably is located somewhere right there.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it feels like it.
Yeah.
You know, if you ever had a dream where you were flying, you know, physically flying, it seems like you fly from there.
Yeah.
You know, from Bahada. All right,
Nice.
so we go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then they load up boats and with coal and take them up to create electricity in Philadelphia and stuff like that. There's the Lotus Shrine over there. This is a spot where weddings are right here under this tree, and it's beautiful. And usually the bride and groom are up here, and the wedding party is seated there. It's a beautiful spot for that.
It's also a spot where you can do stomach wash kriyas right over the side.
You can do that. Yeah.
Anybody up for it later? Raise your hand. The stomach wash, where you drink the salted water and you, yeah.
And this facility has bunk beds. There's like 21 bunk beds in there, and people rent it for weekend programs, and you can rent it for your own program. The bunk beds, we redid them so they're sturdy now, and it's fairly comfortable, but it is 6 bunk beds in a room kind of a thing. And I don't know, do you all have
You guys walk in front. Say hi.
That's very old, Emily. You said that twice.
Make it look like Chidambaram's on top of our head.
Like you're holding Chidambaram.
Okay, now turn around and fair play. You gotta put the thing down.
Okay. I got to give somebody else this so I can get in some video.
You gotta make it look.
Yeah, it's not Versailles, you know, it's Buckingham County. The gift shop over there, and the Lotus itself is down there. Which are you interested in? Do you want to fan out, or do you want to?
Oh yeah, can you take a tour of the Lotus Shrine?
We could do that. You want to?
My recording.
Said there was 7 yantras between the ground and the top, like chakras, and in this pit is various precious stones and gifts from around the world, waters from the Ganges and all the holy rivers, and sand from different places, from Kailash, a mountain, and all of that, and also some moon rocks. Someone must have known Edward, what's his name, Edgar Mitchell. There's moon, pieces of the moon in there. So this is, and then the sculpture was done by a woman named Madhuri Honeyman, who lives up in Vancouver, I believe. Then each of the shrines that you see around here are dedicated to various world religions, and Swami Jyotirma set these shrines up, and different parts of the stained glass was done by a woman in the Sangha. I did the plates that have the different symbols on them. And if you're interested, I can try to answer questions about any of these religions.
Okay.
Right over there, and I'll tell you another four-legged story. That is the goats. We decided this year.
I love goats.
Yeah, I love goats too. I really do. And
you're a butt.
no, I just love goats. There's no but to it.
Except the goats, bud.
But we have 150 goats right over there now. And we brought in the goats to clear this land out here, because what Gurudev wanted, he told Shiva Moore, who's in charge of sort of the development of the property, he said, I'd like to be here and to be able to look out to the James River. But instead, you just have all that, and it looks better than it is. It's pretty swampy and scrubby on the other side of the lake, sort of trash trees going down to the river. And so we've got the goats over there, and they're hopefully going to eat all that and clear it out, and then we'll come in with some bulldozers and do the rest.
Okay, apparently goat poop doesn't bother the lake, or
Well, it's not in the lake. Goat poop is over
gonna be-
there
it's gonna
on the into enlightened beings. So that I think shouldn't be missed. And then on the actual day, it'll be basically from Thanksgiving up to into third week in December. And on the 22nd, his actual 100th Jayanti will be at his birthplace in South India, Chettipalayam, where one of his main devotees in South India, Mr. Ramaswamy, is building the second lotus on earth right at his birthplace, and it's going to be inaugurated on that day.
Nice.
So that's where you need to be. Johnny
We're
Madden,
there.
Johnny P.
Hari Om.
like the farm.
So this year they're doing, this is Laura. Laura's the
Hari Om.
manager of the farm this year.
We have somebody for you.
For Karma Yoga tomorrow.
Are you going to be here at 9:30 in the morning? You will? Okay, so she's coming. She's very excited about doing her Karma Yoga morning on the farm.
That would be Chitra. With
Chitra.
The dreadlocks.
Awesome.
The dreadlock lady.
So what are you growing here?
Well, right now we're planting some blue kale. We have lettuce and cabbage and onions and turnips and potatoes.
Nice. Oh, sweet. Good.
I see this fence around. Does that actually keep the deer out?
Yeah.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
And your name again is?
And the rabbits. Laura.
Laura. Chitra, come here, meet Laura.
How about the gophers? Hi.
Hello. I'm good.
I might come and do some karma yoga tomorrow if you guys need help.
Awesome. We definitely appreciate it. And it's
critters.
lovely out here.
You don't have to do only an hour.
Stays that way.
You can do longer if you want.
Whatever you like. Yeah. We'll just be planning to doing the same thing we were doing today. So no picking
Cool.
rock out of field or anything fun this time.
Is this area new, or did you have this? You
They've
had
got
this last
something,
year?
it just takes a little longer. You
I
have
mean,
to
we
move
had it
here
last
first.
year. I don't know. I've been here since December.
I'm treasurer for
So
the
Okay.
farm
farm
wasn't really operating in the winter.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we just tilled this
I
field.
kind of, they smell me coming.
You did.
Oh,
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
like everybody wants you,
Yeah.
that's for
Yeah,
sure.
which is really very easy, but you feel very accomplished after you do it.
That's
so.
awesome. And does the water come from the river?
It actually comes from, there's a pond over there.
Collected rainwater.
Cool.
So the people who are working on the farm are like, is it all karma yoga? It's all, or residents, or?
Well, it's people. There's a really beautiful way that the ashram does programs, and you come for the light program, which is just a month of telling you about what life at Yogaville is like, and what the path that Swami Satchidananda laid out is all about. And Swami Priyananda runs that. That's the light program. Then once you've been through a month of the light program, you're able to go into what they call the ashram yogi program if you want to stay 3 months or more. And these folks are all in the ashram yogi program. And it requires that you do a certain amount of sadhana and lead the life, but at the same time you're able to, well actually some of these folks are farm yogis, which is an ashram yogi type program with a focus on working at the farm. So it's a variety of long-term support staff type people.
And
here.
they get, are they in residence and get
Yeah.
meals? And
Yeah, they get
kind
a
of-
room and board. It's spiritual woofing
Ha.
to some degree.
I've done that, woofing.
Yeah, you have. I
never
bet
been.
you have. You
In
look like you've been
California.
woofing. Where'd you go?
I was in California in Mendocino on
Ah.
an apple orchard.
That
What's
sounds
that
great.
expression? I've never
Woof
heard that.
is workers on organic farms.
Oh.
Well, it's actually worldwide, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Worldwide workers on organic farms, just two
Yeah.
W's.
All right, let's leave it. You all probably know all about the deities, I'm sure. Shiva, Ganesh, Krishna, and Parashakti, the divine force which animates all things. And as I was saying, this is Sri Gurudev's Ishtadevata. That's why they have the statue of him down there facing Lord Nataraj.
Reverend John, I think this is the statue that when Gurudev saw it, did he say, looks like a monkey or something like that?
It was,
Looks like a monkey.
that statue was made by a sculptor who's a devotee who became a Swami who lives here. I think it is Tyagananda. And it's funny because I have a statue that they said this one was sort of cast from. It looks exactly like Gurudev. It's just, but it's just in plaster. But I think translating it to a family changed it. I think it's a really good one. Energetically, I'm sure he's happy. Oh yeah, I'm glad we had it. That's great. So there's a man at Yogaville named Sundaram, and Sundaram is a lawyer. He's our lawyer.
And cab driver.
And he's yeah, on some levels he's a typical tough lawyer, but he does all the pujas here. You can probably feel his energy. He really is a great pujari. He knows all the South Indian chants, and he can rattle through 45 minutes of Sanskrit at the drop of a hat. And you know, he's a Shiva devotee. That's his thing. And he, we recently, about last weekend, we were up here for a puja with him. If you get a chance, it's a great.
Stand over here by the statue of St. Francis. Something.
Hari Om Guruji. Greetings from your Gurudev's home. Guru, teachings, Sangha. I think I'm getting it. Thank you so much. Om Shanti.
Sandra, just look here and say hi. Hi, Guruji. Say Om Shanti, Guruji. No?
She's eating food.
She's eating her breakfast. We're all doing this from the breakfast table, Guruji. We're within an hour. We're going to be on our way back home to you. Om Shanti.
Hari Om Guruji, it's Abaya. Thank you so much for this experience. I really have a deeper appreciation for Sangha and how far our extended family reaches throughout the world. The power of the Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu chant really shows me how tremendous that prayer and how far-reaching it is throughout the universe. And it's so nice to have the lineage and to just be so connected, even when we have no clue how connected we are, to come here and everybody's on the same vibration, chanting the same things. And I just want to thank you so much for bringing that to us in New Jersey and for sharing your light with us. Om Shanti.
Hari Om Guruji! This is Chitra. I am so eternally grateful for this experience. I love you. I love the Sangha. I look forward to going deeper within my practice and creating deeper relationships with my sisters and with you. So thank you. I felt you here the whole time, and I look forward to reuniting with you again.
Are you doing yoga now?
Om Shanti.
Hari Om Guruji. Jai Devi wasn't very happy that you weren't coming to Yogaville. That was pretty tough for me. And, you know, for a minute I thought about, well, if he's not going, I'm not going. But here I am. And I've had such a wonderful experience and such great transformation, and so I just thank you for being such a shining mirror for me to be able to see myself and God through, and I love you. Om Shanti.
Hari Om Shri Guruji. It's such a blessing to be here and to be with my sisters and to see your roots here. It all makes sense. It just all makes sense how it comes together, seeing your friends and loved ones, and just knowing that we all do come from the same whole. We come from the same one. Thank you for giving me this experience. Om Shanti.
Hari Om Guruji, I miss you a lot, and I'm looking forward to coming and seeing you. Next time I'm in Jersey, I'll have to make it happen. I wanted to thank you for just knowing it was the right time for me to reconnect with the Sangha, and with you and with myself. So thank you so much for that, and I'm just happy that I'm back.
Hari Om, beloved Guruji. Pressure here. I had some profound experiences. I was sharing that I feel like I'm home in a lot of ways, and I thank you so much for that, and feeling your presence here and everybody being so wonderful. And I look forward to seeing you soon.
Hari Om Guruji, thank you for this opportunity to come to Yogaville. We enjoyed seeing your stomping grounds. Thanks, bye.
Go.
Hari Om, beloved Guruji. We thank you for such a wonderful, wonderful experience. This weekend has been totally amazing. I realize that all blessings flow through God and Guru, and even though we really miss your physical body, you're always here in our hearts. Om Shanti.
Guruji, we're getting ready to leave. I asked Swami Karunananda for directions how to get from Yogaville back to 64. And what she said is, when I get to the intersection, I just have to let go and say, which way, God? So I hope you're not busy this morning. Om Shanti.
Just one more sweeping view of everybody eating at the table. Back, it's Sandhya, Abhaya, and me. Om Shanti.
I feel like an hour DVD.
Hari Om. We're just closing on behalf of the Sangha here. We are at your lotus feet in service. Om Shanti.